You're listening to Chill Chat, the weekly Chinese language learning podcast that breaks down vocabulary and grammar and provides listening practice through natural conversations about culture, trends, and other useful topics.
Each episode is accompanied by transcripts, so you can follow along with us. Members also have access to weekly guided readings and weekly grammar lessons. Additionally, if you would like to have personalized, one-on-one instruction from Karen, you can book a lesson on italki.
To check out free samples or book a lesson, find the links in the description. Hey guys, 欢迎回来，我是 Karen. Welcome back to another episode of the Chill Chat podcast. And today is another solo episode. I do apologize since Baiwei had to get some work done over the weekend. He had some grading that needed to be finished by Monday, and he also had to write students' comments. So today I'm going to record this one for you guys alone. And we're going to talk about math. How we can talk about math in Chinese. We'll be talking about how to say basic calculations such as add, subtract, multiply, or divide. After that, we'll also delve a little bit into more complex topics such as how to say fraction, decimal, percentage, etc. So let's first take a look at the basic calculation, 数学的计算. 计算 means to calculate or calculation. 比如数学计算 mathematical calculation. 数学计算基础计算 basic calculation. 基础计算计算器 is calculator. 计算器 Now let's take a look at the four 数学计算 mathematical calculations. First we have 加 What do you think this one is? This is add. You might remember this character from I normally add milk in my coffee. 加牛奶 加 is also used in mathematical calculations. 加法 is addition. This is the noun. 加法. Our next one is 减. 减. Are there any guesses what this one is? This is subtract. 减. And 减法 is subtraction. 减法. You might also recognize these two characters from other words such as 增加 to increase and 减少 to reduce or decrease. Number 3 is 乘 or 乘以. These two are interchangeable. 乘 or 乘以. This means multiply or multiply by. 乘乘以. 乘法 is multiplication. And lastly, we have 除 or 除以. This means divide or divide by. 除. 除法 is division. Normally, we say these characters together, 加减乘除, as in the four basic calculations in math: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. 加减乘除. Talking about calculations, we have another one that is absolutely necessary, which is 等于. 等于. 等于 means equals. 比如1加1等于几? This means 1 plus 1 equals how many? 1加1等于几? How would you say 1 plus 1 equals 2? 1加1 等于2。1加1等于 equals 2 2。8减4等于几？ Remember 减 to subtract. 8减4 8 minus 4等于 equals 几 How many? 8减4等于4 8 minus 4 equals 4. Quiz time. How would you say, what is 3 times 2 in Chinese? Multiply is 乘 or 乘以. So the sentence will be 3乘2. 3 multiplies by 2. 等于几 equals how many? What about this one? What is 10 divided by 5? How would you translate the sentence in Chinese? To divide is 除 or 除以。10除以5等于几？ Moving on to 大于。大于 means greater than. So let's say 3大于2 means 3 is greater than 2. Smaller than or less than is 小于。小于。Moving on to 整数。整数 means integer. I'm not going to attempt to explain everything in details in this episode because I might get it wrong, but for my math nerds out there, this is how you say integer in Chinese. 整数。整 means whole. 小数 is decimal. 小数。Don't worry, later we will have a look at how these words can be used in sentences. So we've talked about 整数, integer, 小数, decimal, and another one is 分数, fraction. You might notice all of these 3 words have the character 数 at the end, which means number. 分数 fraction. 分子 is the numerator, and 分母 is the denominator. 子 as in child, and 母 as in 母亲 mother. So it's kind of interesting that we use child and mother to describe numerator and denominator. Another one is 百分数. Some of you guys might be more familiar with this one. For example, 30%, 50%. These are 百分数, percentage. To say a specific percentage, we need to say 30% and then the number. 30%, 30%. Let's take a look at some example sentences. 分母是6，分子是3。The denominator is 6 and the numerator is 3. 计算结果是多少？计算 is calculation, 结果 is result. 计算结果是多少？ This means what is the result? Another one. 这个整数大于1。整数 is integer. 大于 is greater than. 这个整数大于1。This integer is greater than 1. 小于3 and smaller than 3. 这个整数是几？ What is this integer? 有人知道4300 的15%是多少吗？ Does anybody know what 15% of 4300 is? 有人知道4300的15%是多少吗？ If you know where this line comes from, leave it down below. Quiz time! How would you say, why can't you divide by 0? You can pause this video and recall how we say divide in Chinese. It is 除以. So this sentence is 为什么不能除以0? 0 is 0. 为什么不能除以0? Why can't you divide by 0? I honestly don't remember the answer. If you do, leave your answer down below. But I vaguely remember from math lessons in school that we can't divide any number by 0. To wrap up this section, we learned different kinds of 数. 整数 integer, 小数 decimal, 分数 fraction, and 百分数 percentage. In the end, we're going to talk about a few other common math terms. 比如平方 square. 平方 Square meter is 平方米. 平方米 You might encounter this phrase if you're describing the size of something in China, since we use 米 meter and 千米 kilometers in China. 比如这个房间的大小是20平方米. The size of this room is 20 square meters. 这个房间的大小是20平方米. Next one is 公式 formula. 公式比如数学公式 math formulas. 小时候学的数学公式我都忘了. I have forgotten all the math formulas I learned as a child. 小时候学的数学公式我都忘了. And lastly, 几何 geometry. 几何好这些就是一些基础的数学表达. These are some basic mathematical expressions. Just to recap, we have calculation, 计算, add, 加, subtract, 减, multiply, 乘 or 乘以 divide 除 or 除以 equals 等于 greater than 大于 less than 小于 integer 整数 decimal 小数 fraction 分数 numerator 分子 denominator 分母 percentage 百分数 30% 30%. Square 平方 Square meter 平方米 Formula 公式 Geometry 几何. And finally, I like to mention something that's very near and dear to pretty much all Chinese students or people who have studied in Chinese public schools, and that is 九九乘法口诀, the multiplication table. Although boring for many, this multiplication table that we had to learn in school, I think honestly is the reason why I can do basic math calculations relatively quickly. Anything that's a number under 10 multiplies by another number under 10. This 九九乘法口诀 is very useful for that. And when we remembered it, we also kind of remembered it like a song because it does have a nice rhythm to it. It's called 九九99乘法 multiplication. 口诀 is a pithy formula, so a short and concise formula. All right, here we go. 一一得一. Just to explain what it is, 一一 is short for 1 multiplies by 1. 得 means we obtain. The outcome is 一 1. So 一一得一 means 1 multiplies by 1 equals 1. The benefit of this table is that we don't have to say the entire sentence 一乘以一等于一, 1 multiplies by 1 equals 1. Instead, we can just say 一一得一. That is really short, and this is how it helps us remember those basic calculations. So, 一一得一 means 1 times 1 equals 1. 一二得二 means 1 multiplies by 2 equals 2. 一三得三 1 times 3 equals 3. The Chinese version is a little bit simpler than English in my opinion. So if you're interested in remembering this multiplication table, you can find the entire table on the transcript, or you can find a YouTube video of this table that is written out loud. Maybe somebody has made it into a song that's easier to remember. So we already mentioned 一得一, 一二得二, 一三得三. After you finished the multiplication of 1, so 1 times 1, 1 times 2, 1 times 3, 1 times 4, etc. until 1 times 9, you will start with 2. 二二得四, 2 times 2 equals 4. 二三得六, 2 times 3 equals 6. And the last one of this table is 9 times 9, 九九八十一, which means 9 times 9 equals 81. If you read the guided reading of Journey to the West, you might remember the expression 九九八十一难, the 81 trials. In that guided reading, I explained why we have to say the 2 nines, 九九. It comes from the multiplication table. It means 9 times 9 equals 八十一, 81. So, in Journey to the West, 西游记里, 唐三藏 and his 3 disciples, 唐僧师徒4人, overcome 81 trials, 经过九九八十一难, to finally reach the Western Heaven, 中到西天, and obtain the Buddhist scriptures, 取到佛经. And that is this week's Chill Chat episode. For Chill Chat, we do want to cover as wide as possible range of topics. So this one is for my math nerds out there, my listeners who are interested in math and are wondering how to talk about it in Chinese. Here you go. Don't forget to look at the transcript. In the end, I'm going to give a shout out to our new members this week. We have Derek, thank you. Alexandra, thank you. Ken, thank you, Ken. Joanna. Student. Thank you, student. Someone. Heather. Chica. or I'm gonna look it up. I think it's pronounced Hachika. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. We have Taylor. Thank you, Taylor. That dead Victorian. Thank you. Jan. Thank you, Jan. Jack. Thank you guys so much. 下次再见啦。